गिरीश जी नमस्कार। एक बार फिर आपका मेरे चैनल पे और बहुत दिनों बाद आज मुलाकात हो रही है। और ऐसे वातावरण में हो रही है जब इंडियन शेयर मार्केट नीचे की तरफ जा रहा है। काइंड कर्सी हिंडनबर्ग रिसर्च, जिसने अडानी एंटरप्राइज को और अडानी ग्रुप की बाकी कंपनीज को एक तरीके से काफी फाइनेंशियल लॉस में लाके रखा है क्योंकि शेयर प्राइस डाउन हो गए। तो आज मैं आपसे ये जानना चाहता हूं कि आफ्टर ऑल ये जो हिंडनबर्ग रिसर्च है, जो उसकी मैंने वेबसाइट देखी, उसमें तो इन्होंने लिखा कि हम तो फोकस्ड ऑन एक्टिविस्ट शॉर्ट सेलिंग। तो मैंने फिर उसका प्रॉफिट मॉडल देखा, बिजनेस कैसे करते हैं, तो फिर पता चला कि अगर शेयर प्राइस नीचे जाता है तो इनको प्रॉफिट होता है। हो सकता है इंडियन मार्केट में ये उस तरीके इनकी एक्टिविटी ना हो। मैं आपसे जानना चाहूंगा कि इनका बिजनेस मॉडल क्या है और इन्होंने इंडिया को या अडानी को ही क्यों टारगेट किया है। सो ओवर टू यू, आई एम डिपेंडेंट ऑन यू फॉर दिस एंटायर नॉलेज शेयरिंग, प्लीज।
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. We are connecting after a long time. I will not take much time because let's understand it is a very calculated and very research and effort by Hindenburg. Now, why I'm telling all this specialized or expressive use for this thing for company? Because this company is a known, open, and declared that short seller. How they do short seller and just for the benefit of our listener and
जी।
viewer, शॉर्ट एंड लॉन्ग पोजीशन होती है मार्केट के अंदर, वेयर if you are taking a short position means you are thinking or you are speculating or your position is that that particular item or equity or market or indices will go down. Suppose today is the price is 100 and
ओके।
you are seeing that in near market, in near future, is price will go down to 90 rupees or 80 rupees or something. So what you will do, you will sell it today itself at
ओके।
100 price. And after and a week or so, or maybe a little longer, when the market is really reaching to 80, 90, 70, whatever the speculation or you have achieved your target, you buy. So let's say you have sold at 100 and you have purchased it at 80. So you have gained a 20 rupees straight away during this period. So this is called short. Long position is opposite of it, where we see that market or equity or that item may go up. So what you do, you buy it at that time. So short means you're selling first. In long, you're buying it first, and when the price goes up, you sell it. So then you make profit. Normally, worldwide, all over the world, market is assumed and considered to be going up in normal circumstances. So that is the bullish position, or bulls we call it in the equity market. And
ओके।
those who think that market will go down and think they are called bear or bearish. So that is the things. But long term, always world over, market goes up and the equity returns are always positive for 10 years period, 15 years period. If we leave some exceptions like COVID time, or when there is a war, or when there is some subprime other kind of a market situation. So if we leave those 2 years, 3 years period, but if we consider even those 2, 3 years period of 10 years spend, market goes up. So it is a very different from the market. People take a short position with calculated risk or with intention. Now, this company is known for its research and take a short position. So, no, it is not something which is people are not aware of this and we were not knowing something has happened. No, they do that research. They find a company or a product or a institution is having something, or they feel it is having something, which they analyze, submit their report. But let me just give you brief background.
ओके।
Now, it is happening in US, and it is what I heard or what I have gone through the paper. They are not making direct entry of themselves in the Indian market. It may be through their separate indirect but not direct entry by this company into the Indian market derivative, but they are doing it in US market
ओके।
in the bonds, which is not common in India. Means derivatives are not in the Indian market. Bonds may generally people are not doing. It is equity and other things. So it is a different thing for the Indian market. First time we are seeing at such a large. But this company is known for this. They have done some 36 research, earlier 36 companies they have identified. And the last one was the Nikola. It is one of the largest EV truck manufacturer.
Okay.
When in some year or two back, Nikola, which is a US company, and they at that time they were having a market cap of $34 billion. After this company's research and report and other things, now it is running at $1.34 billion. So $33 billion has wiped out from that company, and there are many other things are happening. So it is the background, and as I said, they have made it some 36 company, out of which 29 they made profit. So
Okay.
strike rate is very high, and they do a lot of research and everything, and that goes into their credit, that now it is for the companies to respond how they do and other thing, and how they react to that. It is a different thing. So as we have discussed short and long, but I am not going particularly for this thing. To me, it is a small picture. If we look into it overall,
Okay.
it is, we have to see it as an Indian economy. Now, Indian economy, it was growing in spite of COVID and so many other things. And whereas the all other major economy, Europe and US, are having a headwinds. Headwind means they are facing a problem and resistance. And Indian economy, in spite of all war, Russian-Ukraine war and recession fear and everything, was doing much better. And we can say the fastest, largest economy in the world, even
Yeah.
beating the estimates of the China, as per
Okay.
the World IMF and World Bank reports, not only India's report, but other things. So
Okay.
this was the background. Now, what has happened after this report? Now, let's look at the timing, because it is very, very critical. Let me first clarify that I am not talking about a company. I'm not talking about the Adani Group. I have no interest in that. I have no nothing to say about that, good, bad, or potential. But we are talking as a Indian economy, how it's impacting Indian economy. Now, prior to this 24th of January, this report has come out on 25th of January.
Okay.
26th, market was closed because of the 26th January, our Indian market was closed. 27th January was its FPO of 20,000 crore, roughly $3.4 billion. FPO was opening on 27th. So you can see report is coming out on 25th, 26th market is closed, 26th, 27th of Jan, its FPO is opening. There was hardly any time for anybody to react on this thing. It's such a short period, but it is before FPO open on 27th, 25th market was there. And it has impacted the very first day. It was not even 0.1% of subscription, but later on somehow company managed it by 31st, which was the closing day, and they had 1.12 times the FPO. 1st February is our budget day. So you can look at the timing, 25th January to 1st. These are the, from the company point of view, from let's say Adani Group point of view, 20,000 crore FPO was one of the major milestone, which is one of the biggest in Indian history. I will not say the largest, because largest was other two company, LIC and other thing else, but it is as good, as big as it was in this COVID time and other thing. This was one of the largest in any economy point of view. Now let's look at the Indian budget. So Indian budget is also a booster, because the economy of the country, or the country financial, they take guidelines and the efforts made by the government budget, that gives a flip to the economy. Now all those things has gone into haywire, and this report has impacted the both the major events. Now, to that extent, let's understand that India was the 5th largest economy before 25th of Jan. And today we are the 6th. Means we have, forget the company, economy as a India has slipped one down. Means now we are the 6th, and France has taken over as a 5th. Now it
Okay.
has having both the points, because the market cap is a cap, basically the value of the equity and other things, and its values has gone down, as well as rupees dollar ratio, whatever it is. But basically major impact is because of this reports and other thing. So this is in nutshell. It is Indian economy, we have to look into that rather than only one. Yes, we also have to accept and see that our reporting structure, our analysis, our audits and other thing, we have to make it as per the latest standard, and more disclosure should be there, so that people who are investing money, whether retail investor or institutional investor, they should have more information and less opaqueness, so that such kind of attack or such kind of impact by an individual or a small organization should not derail the company or companies or market or Indian economy as such. To give an idea about this company, let me just tell you how this particular thing is happening. They are not directly participating in Indian equity, let's say short position. What they are doing it in US and Europe. How they are doing it? Because all these companies, they are having a bonds. As you know, interest rates in India are much higher than the interest rates which are available in the Europe and US market or Japan and other
Okay,
countries. So all these companies, major companies, which are having a good reputation and good uh, standing in the market, they borrow money from the international market, where
okay,
let's say whether US or Europe or UK or Japan or something, and they give slightly higher rate of interest than the prevailing market situation in that countries, and they give a bond, let's say a bond which is of 5 years. Today, suppose I'm taking a first of January 23, and I am making that 28, I will make a payment at a rate of 5% compounding or 5% or 5.2, which is generally LIBOR plus some percentage, so that
okay,
higher than the market available. So they did a short on the Adani's bonds. That's the reason their bond value, which is let's say $1, is now running at 70 cents or 63 cents. So 30% hit it has taken. And these bonds are, one of the company's bond is due in 24, another is due in 27. But because of this report, another thing, that short selling has impacted, and it is creating a problem for the company. And its cascading effect is in Indian market and other places, where not only Adani but other major companies are also getting impacted.
ओके। वाजपेयी जी, जो मुझे आपकी बातों से पता चला उसमें ये कि दे आर नॉट डायरेक्टली ऑपरेटिंग इन इंडियन इक्विटी मार्केट, इंडियन शेयर मार्केट में इनकी कोई भी एक्टिविटी नहीं है। इट इज बेसिकली यूएस मार्केट वेयर दे आर ऑपरेटिंग। और चूंकि अडानी जो है वो काफी जो लोन्स हैं वो बाहर से पिकअप करते हैं, अडानी और बाकी मेरे ख्याल से मेजर
Okay.
इंडियन कंपनीज दे पिकअप फ्रॉम आउटसाइड इंडिया, क्योंकि वहां पे इंटरेस्ट रेट कम है। तो इसकी वजह से, बिकॉज ये रिपोर्ट जो आई है उसकी वजह से जो बॉन्ड का प्राइसिस है जो अडानी ने लिया है, तो उसकी जो वैल्यू है वो ऑलमोस्ट 30% कम होगी और उसका कैस्केडिंग इफेक्ट एक्चुअली इंडियन मार्केट पे आया।
Correct.
ऑब्वियसली तो एक मार्केट सेंटीमेंट डाउन किया इस मतलब हिंडनबर्ग रिसर्च ने। दो एक्चुअली अगर आप ट्विटर पे जाओ तो एक दो हैंडल ऐसे भी हैं जो बड़े केयरफुली एनालाइज करते हैं। उन्होंने कहा कि जो इंडिया में अगर आप देखो तो जो अडानी की किसी भी कंपनी ने कोई भी डिफॉल्ट नहीं किया, प्रॉफिटेबल बिजनेस रन कर रहे हैं, और जो लोन्स हैं उनका इंटरेस्ट भी बिल्कुल टाइम से दे रहे हैं जितना भी एक्सपोजर है। लेकिन आफ्टरऑल जो मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स है वो एक सेंटिमेंट का गेम है। तो सेंटिमेंट इन्होंने इंडियंस के जो इंडियन इन्वेस्टर्स हैं या जो इंस्टीट्यूशन उनको लैंडिंग कर रहे हैं उन सब का जो ओवरऑल जो सेंटिमेंट्स हैं इन्वेस्टमेंट के प्रति वो इन्होंने कम कर दिया इस पर्टिकुलर रिपोर्ट ने। एम आई राइट टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट?
Yes, you are right to great extent. What is happening? Any company which is, as we said, we discussed in the earlier also, we borrow money from outside. At the same time, based on the rating agencies like CRISIL, or we can say there are 6-7 agencies which give rating to industries or to the country and to the particular company. So based on that, your borrowing plus minus interest rate which you are, say, if suppose your standing is good, so people will be ready to give you money or give you a loan at a lower rate of interest. Means suppose LIBOR is, let's say, 3%, assuming today. So they are
LIBOR
ready
is
to give you
basically London.
London international banking rate, which
हाँ.
is happening because that is a rate which is decided. Now, suppose US Fed rate is something. Now, Citibank will have a slightly different rate. RBI is having a one rate, but let's say SBI is having a lending rate is slightly different. So you have to have one standard. So let's say US market, me you are giving a okay, so now US Fed rate is going on, let's say 3%. So you
Okay.
will say, okay, I'm ready to give you. Banks are giving 3.5. I am ready to give you 100 by some basis more, means 4.5 or 5 interest. So person who are into the market, they will say, okay, instead of going into the normal bank, I will buy bond of company A because here I am getting 1%, 1.5% extra.
Okay.
So that, and how this thing happens, because there are various agencies, there are various houses who are managing funds of the individual or of the institution, and they
Okay.
are having hundreds of billions of dollars, like Blackstone and other things. There are many big houses who are managing funds. So once they put money, automatically your borrowing goes in the smooth ride and other thing. But for that, you require a good rating from these international agencies. Now,
Okay.
what is happening? These agencies go through the reports and everything. It is not that ki market you are getting money just because you have given your name. No, all these ratings, country rating comes into play and then give you a borrowing at a certain price. So now what will happen? Country rating is fluctuate, is a very difficult to change because that is depending upon so many factors apart from your economy and other thing. But it is not a fair game, because for the same parameter they give a different rating for emerging country, and they give a different rating for the same parameter to the developed countries. It's like, show me the face, I will tell you the rule. So rule book says so and so. So for Europe it is a different, for Africa it is different, for Asia it is different. But this is, as of now, what is happening. Now, same thing is happening with this. Now, any companies who are going for fund raise, that will be impacted. Apart from that, there are many FII and foreign investors who are investing in these companies. They are directly investing. So one
Okay.
is, I said, indirect. When you are going to Europe, when you are going to Japan, or there you are borrowing. But at the same time, FII is also coming and investing. When they are not investing and they are pulling out from indices or from a particular company, so share value of that particular thing goes up. So this is what is happening with the Adani Group directly in India. Apart from position taken by Indian traders also, or indirectly related to them companies, those who are aware of that information prior to that, it is possible. As I said, directly they are not involved, but indirectly we don't know how many groups are involved with that. And this is the thing. One more thing I would like to highlight: this group is a working on a success ratio. Means what they do their research, carry out for few months and other thing, and then they share it with their equity holders, means those who are their partner, and
Okay.
they give them this report prior to coming into public domain. Now let's say there are 10 big houses, those who are taking investment decision and other thing, they are sharing with them. So first they will get certain percentage of that, and over and above they get success rate. Suppose today they have given to 10 companies, at that time price was 100. Now suppose they are striking a profit of 20%, so they will get whatever percentage agreed between the two. So success rate is also going to the this company Hindenburg. So they don't have to put their own money of their own, only research is good enough to earn them the millions and billions of dollars. So this is what is
ओके.
happening.
ओके. तो इसका
Okay.
मतलब वाजपेयी जी ये हुआ कि जो ये जो हिंडनबर्ग है, ये किसी पर्टिकुलर कंपनी को टारगेट करती है अगर, तो रिसर्च में तो पैसा लगेगा। आई बिलीव इन्होंने 2-3 साल तक ये रिसर्च की है इन्होंने अडानी के ऊपर। तो वो पैसा बेसिकली अपने पास से लेंगे, या कोई पर्टिकुलर कंपनी है वो भी कह सकती है कि ठीक है भैया आप अडानी के ऊपर रिसर्च करो और हमें बताओ, या जो फाइंडिंग्स हैं वो फिर उस तरीके से मैनिपुलेट भी की जा सकती है?
See, research is not a costly investment.
ओके.
That can be done in a few $1 million in an investment of year or two.
ओके.
Once you're having that standing, $1 million or is a one person's salary, if you look in from the US point of view, it is not a big amount. But
Okay.
this, they're not doing one research at a time. They're doing it 2, 3 research and other thing, out of which they may be successful in 1 or 2. Suppose I'm working on 5 projects, 2 may be good enough, 3 may not pursue. So it's okay. That's understandable, because everybody does data analysis, data research before investing or taking a call on where to invest and other thing. It's a accepted practice, and it is correct also that you do due diligence before you do. But only thing is this company, as I said, Nikola was their last hit, where that valuation of the company is almost gone to bankruptcy from $34 billion to $1 billion. So
Okay.
it's a very low cost. See, it's like a guerrilla war. You need not to have a full scale war. With
Okay.
guerrilla war, it is low scale, you can have a major impact. Suppose you do this kind of a thing, what has happened in Pulwama, or something happened in Akshardham and other things. What happened? They only 2, 3 people did all this thing, and then hardly cost of few thousand, or let's say few lakhs rupees.
Okay.
But
Okay.
publicity and the negative image and the thing much more. So it's not an investment, heavy invest, nothing. As I said,
Hmm.
even you and me can do all those things, and then it is depending upon how good your work is, and then how utilize your research in negative way or positive way. And
Okay.
those who are utilizing it, that is to be seen how those people are connected and what is their motive when they're using it, and the timing. As I said, timing is very, very important. Had it been in an or other than budget time, suppose budget is month or 2 away, its impact would have been nullified by now. But since 31st was FPO was closing, first was the budget. So these two major events were hit by this particular event. So timing is very, very important. And I'll give you one more idea. Say, we are talking of it is happening on derivative. Means once we are going into short and other thing, we need not to have a stock in our hand. I need not to have particular company stocks in my hand. On speculation only I can do. So I need not to have full money with me to go and kill particular company and other thing. Let's say Indian economy is not even $5 trillion. We are at this stage. US market, or US capital market, was $26 trillion 21 May, and around $40 trillion in 22 December.
Okay.
I'm talking of US capital market, which is including every companies which is registered and other thing, they are there. Now the derivative market, which this speculation, hedging and swap and forward future option which is happening, which is a derivative market. Now the derivative market and 31st of December is, can you imagine what is the number? Suppose
Tell
I
me.
said $40 trillion is the
Hmm.
US capital market. So what
Okay.
is the size of the derivative market? How much you can imagine? December 21 figure is $610 trillion.
My God.
So it is, you can say, more than 15 times of the actual market. So derivative market is much bigger, and it is
Okay.
on speculation, hedging, protection, and other thing. I need not to have $610 trillion, but market is speculating and playing with $610 trillion in US alone. Now, if you come imagine what other things, Indian market and other thing, the number will be more than $1,000 trillion.
Okay.
So that's
Okay.
why the number is much bigger with a very small amount. You need not to have amount of so big. Just go and play with this, and you can derail any major company or industry or a market. So
तो
just to give that idea.
हाँ गिरीश जी, एक बात बताओ। आपने एक्चुअली बड़ी अच्छी टर्म यूज की है, तो गुरिल्ला वारफेयर है। आपके पास ज्यादा रिसोर्सेज हो ना हो, आप दूसरे के रिसोर्सेज को तो पूरी तरह डिरेल कर ही सकते हो। तो ऑफ कोर्स इसने इंडियन इकोनॉमी को तो हिट किया ही है। अब जो सबसे बड़ा मुझे जो लगता है कि अडानी ग्रुप का जो एफपीओ था, वो तो इन एनी केस उन्होंने कहा कि मोरली इट इज नॉट करेक्ट, तो प्रॉब्ली इट वाज सब्सक्राइब्ड, दे मैनेज्ड इट। अब जो एक्सपेंशन प्लान है अडानी ग्रुप का, दैट इज नंबर वन, दैट इज टोटली डिरेल्ड। उनको टाइम लगेगा आने में, पता नहीं क्या होगा, क्योंकि पूरा सेंटीमेंट इन्होंने डाउन कर दिया इंडियन इक्विटी मार्केट में, इंडियन पब्लिक में। पॉलिटिशियंस ने भी अपना रोल प्ले कर दिया, नो डाउट अबाउट दैट। अब फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ये कहानी क्या अडानी तक ही रुकेगी? कल की डेट में वो हो सकता है वो बोले कि हमने अंबानी के ऊपर ये रिसर्च निकाल दी है, या फिर टाटाज के ऊपर हमने ये रिसर्च निकाली है, या कोई भी बड़ी कंपनी जिसका कोई एफपीओ लॉन्च होने जा रहा हो या कुछ और उनकी एक्टिविटी होने जा रही हो, दे कम आउट विद ए रिसर्च पेपर एंड अगेन दे इम्पैक्ट द शेयर मार्केट और इक्विटी मार्केट। तो ये तो बहुत ही डेंजरस गेम है। लीगली इनके अगेंस्ट में कोई प्रोटेक्शन, आई बिलीव, आपने कहा कि इंडियन मार्केट में तो एक्चुअली वो ऑपरेट ही नहीं कर रहे, तो लीगली अच्छा खासा मतलब कोई प्रोटेक्शन इनके अगेंस्ट मुझे नजर नहीं आता। अगर किसी का वेस्टेड इंटरेस्ट है, ये तो एक्चुअली इकोनॉमिक वारफेयर है गिरीश जी, मैं तो इसको इकोनॉमिक वारफेयर ही कहूंगा, हाइब्रिड वारफेयर का पार्ट है ये तो।
Bilkul, sir, you are very right. It is a very good point you have raised. And let me just tell you, it is not necessary that all the wars are fought at the front. It is, you can have a much more damage with this kind of a electronics misinformation and other kind of war. So this is the economy. It is a hit on economy. Right or wrong, that's a separate thing. I am not
या
covering at this stage because, as I said in the beginning, I am not commenting on the how good or bad their thing. It will be too early to comment, and I will not like to speculate whether all the points raised in the Hindenburg is right or wrong. I'm not commenting on that, but I will talk on a major points. See, all companies, all those growing companies, they have to continuously expand themselves. It's like that. I give you one example. You make one company who's producing 100 item per day and you are satisfied with that, so you continuously with that and you're not spending your profit and the thing in any other place. So what will happen? Your growth will be stopped because inflation and other things are there and you are continuously producing only 100 per day and next year also 100, next year also, next to next year also 100. So your growth is zero. Means there is no growth with respect to last year, no growth with
यस,
that. That way stalemate will come and those companies will be wiped out from the economy because the public spend money only on those who are continuously growing.
ग्रोइंग।
Growth should be more than the inflation. So this is the basic requirement of any economy to grow, to outgrow their inflation and expand their business. And until unless that is happening, your companies will be not in the investment radar of the retail or institutional or FFI or whatever it is. Let's we say investment. So it is a must. Otherwise, they will die of their natural death. So whether it is Adani or Reliance or Tata or Birla, any companies, they have to continuously grow and new area or within the existing area. So this is what was happening with Adani and other companies are also doing. I give you two example to how why growth is necessary, expansion is necessary. You see, Tata Steel is more than 100-year old
ओके,
when this one is installed, whereas the sale companies are hardly 40, 50-year old. But how come Tata Steel is still relevant and the people are putting more money and everything in compared to a particular company of steel company XYZ? Why?
ओके,
Because Tata is continuously investing money in their expansion with
ओके,
plant expansion, with technology and other things. That's why they are relevant even after hundreds of their installation. Had they stopped, like other companies, like whether it is textile or other companies who were there at that time, have not changed. Now they may be mm, bigger at that time in 80 years back, 100 years back. Now nobody knows their name. Hardly Tata and Birlas are continuing from that 1947 to now. But if you find other names which is not there, no, every time you'll find new companies are coming every decades who are continuous. So to remain in business, to continuously grow, they have to go in expansion, and expansion require borrowing from the public, borrowing from the institution, borrowing from the overseas and other things. So as you rightly said, it's had impacted the sentiment. Now what will happen? The other agencies are also reviewing the mechanism, that CRISIL and other companies are also seeing into the rating, and they will look into the rating of the company as well as for the country, and based on that your borrowing rates may go up. And once your borrowing rates will go up in Indian market as well as overseas market, your competitiveness will reduce with the international competitor, whether it
ओके,
is from Europe or whether from China or from Japan or Korea and other thing. So it is a 1% in rate of interest make huge difference in a mega expansion plan of billions of dollars. So you can understand how much percentage of your investment is going for repayment of the loan or interest. So it's a major challenge, but Indian economy is very, very strong. As I said, there are many factors which will come into place. It's a matter of few weeks before things started coming back to the normal. But definitely it is a setback. The growth, the percentage which we are expecting in third quarter or the next quarter, it will slightly have an impact, at least for the fourth quarter of this year, and maybe a little bit in the next quarter, when the expansion plan of the all major companies will be slightly delayed or reviewed, or they may resize it and then go according to that. So that is a major
बिल्कुल
economy.
बिल्कुल गिरीश जी, इनफैक्ट जो आपने बात बताई है स्पेशली गुरिल्ला वारफेयर वाली, वो हारिस साल्वे ने भी एक्चुअली ऑन रिकॉर्ड अपने टीवी इंटरव्यू में उन्होंने बताया कि हाँ, ये इंडिया की जो ग्रोथ स्टोरी है उसको डिरेल करने का प्रयास हो रहा है। अब जो नॉर्मल जो इन्वेस्टर होगा इंडिया में, जो शेयर मार्केट में इन्वेस्ट कर रहा होगा, तो नेचुरली वो तो ये चाहेगा कि जो शेयर उसके पास है उसका प्राइस सबसे ज्यादा हो, वो तो उसी गेम में रहेगा। लेकिन अभी मैं जो आपसे बात करना चाह रहा हूं कि आज मैंने जब इसके ऊपर रिसर्च की, हिंडनबर्ग के ऊपर, तो ये 1937 में हिंडनबर्ग डिसास्टर हुआ था। ये एक जर्मन एयरशिप था जिसका एक्सीडेंट हुआ था, वो फ्लेम्स में चला गया था। आउट ऑफ 97 ओनली 62 सर्वाइव्ड। उसके नाम पे इन्होंने इस कंपनी का नाम रखा है, और वो एक्चुअली जर्मनी का था और क्रैश हुआ था न्यू जर्सी में। तो जैसे मैं सोचता हूं, अगर मैं एनालॉजी लूं कि 97 में से 62 सर्वाइवल किए थे अगेंस्ट ऑल एक्सपेक्टेशंस, तो उस तरीके से मुझे ये लगता है कि प्रॉब्ली अडानी ग्रुप भी सर्वाइव करेगा और इंडियन इकोनॉमी भी सर्वाइव करेगी। और जो निर्मला सीतारमन जी का इंटरव्यू है इंडियन एक्सप्रेस में, बाकी जगह भी छपा होगा, उन्होंने भी कहा है कि इंडिया शुड नॉट मिस द बस दिस टाइम। जो इकोनॉमी ग्रो करने की जो बस है, वी शुड नॉट मिस। प्रॉब्ली इंडिया हैज मिस्ड इट सो मेनी टाइम्स अर्लियर, बट नॉट दिस टाइम। तो प्रॉब्ली सेंटिमेंट्स हैव टू बी केप्ट इन गुड स्पिरिट्स। ठीक है, एक किसी ने प्रॉब्ली टारगेट करके एक इंडियन कंपनी को, वट एवर मे बी द रीजन, पॉलिटिकल रीजन्स भी हो सकते हैं, इंटरनेशनल कॉन्स्पिरेसी भी हो सकती है, लेकिन अगेन वी हैव टू चेक अप विद द फैक्ट्स एज दे इमर्ज इन टाइम नाउ। और जो रेगुलेटरी और कंप्लायंस एजेंसी हैं, दे शुड आल्सो लुक इनटू दिस। ओवर टू यू, आप कुछ कहना चाह रहे थे?
Sir, I will say there is when I was working, one of my boss told me, in every problem you will always find an opportunities.
Yes.
So, and I had seen in many times when we were finding a difficulty in that thing, there is always an opportunity to grow also. So this is the right time for regular investor, disciplined investor to stay not only invested but invest more, because the good qualities equity are available at a very attractive price. Even if suppose we are not in the equity market, but mutual fund is the right time to where we can continue, so that it will be a very good opportunity to grow up. So this is a silver lining, if I say it's a good opportunity. Those who missed the bus in October 2022, this is the time to buy. Another point I would like to say,
जी.
which is one of the panelists I was listening to, good price and good news doesn't come together
Okay.
in the market. What does it mean? Means if there is a good news, then the prices will be very high, which will not be attractive to buy and enter into the market.
Okay. Okay.
If there is a bad news, then it is a good price.
Okay.
Correct?
Okay.
Because this news is a bad news, but prices are good to enter
गुड।
into them.
बहुत बड़ा
So
पॉइंट बता दिया आज आपने ये।
I
इनफैक्ट
will
जो
summarize it. I will summarize it as a
यस,
good price and good news does not come together. So this is the
ओके,
time of the good price. Forget the bad news, go for the good price, and it is the best time to invest in a good quality stocks. And as I said, Indian economy is on a strong footing. Yes, it is a setback kind of a thing. Run out hua hai, so there is a difference. Another batsman also got impacted because of the run out, but stabilize and then it will go. So it's a matter of few weeks. Another thing, again, market will be forgetting this incident and going ahead. Also, this will give an opportunity for regulator to see that information compliance and that things are much more detailed and less opaque, so that less and less such kind of attacks can take place, and we will have a much better system for our people.
या गिरीश जी, एक बात और, ट्विटर पे आज लोग ये भी कह रहे हैं, कुछ लोग, नॉट ऑल बट कुछ लोग ये कह रहे हैं कि आज तक कभी लोन डिफॉल्ट नहीं किया अडानी ने, हमेशा अपने इन्वेस्टर का ख्याल रखा है, जो भी उनका ड्यू था उनको दिया है। तो लेट अस स्टे विद अडानी अडानी और दैट्स ओके, वो तो लोगों के अपने अपने ओपिनियन है। बट जो आपने बताया कि यस, लेट अस स्टे इन्वेस्टेड एंड हैव पॉजिटिव फेथ इन आवर इकोनॉमी। So,
Correct.
Girish ji, thank you so much. It has been a pleasure interacting with you after a long time. और आपने बहुत सारी इंफॉर्मेशन आज दी, बहुत ही स्पेशलिस्ट इंफॉर्मेशन है, ये इंफॉर्मेशन जनरली लोग नहीं दे पाते। तो थैंक यू सो मच, थैंक यू।
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.